Have you seen what's happening with Pi Network lately? Because something big just dropped, and it's got the whole crypto space buzzing. Just overnight, Pcoin jumped 14%, and while some might dismiss it as just a blip, I'm here to tell you, it's much more than that. This could very well be the spark that changes Pi's future, and if you're holding Pi or thinking about getting in, now's the time to pay close attention. For years, Pi Network has lived in this strange space between potential and practicality. There's been hype, sure, but also plenty of frustration. Longtime pioneers know exactly what I'm talking about, the challenges with exchanges, the confusion for new users, and the constant waiting for the next update that proves Pi is more than just another mining experiment on your phone. But today, things feel different. Pi Network has officially introduced a feature that could mark the turning point everyone's been waiting for. Direct Pi purchases using credit cards, Apple Pay, and even Google Pay. No middlemen, no complicated exchanges, and definitely no jumping through hoops. This is a full-blown leap into the mainstream, and the implications are massive. At first, I'll be honest, I brushed it off as just another update. But once I took a closer look, the scope of what this means hit me hard. This isn't just a user convenience feature. This is Pi Network planting its flag and saying, we're here. We're ready. And we're serious. Because let's face it, accessibility has always been one of the biggest roadblocks for Pi. Even those who believed in the vision often struggled to get others on board. I mean, how many of us tried explaining to friends or family how to get Pi through third-party platforms, only to see their eyes glaze over? It's been awkward. It's been complicated. And often, it's been a dead end. But now, that barrier is gone. With this update, Pi has stepped out of the sandbox and into the real world of functional, user-friendly crypto. You can literally buy Pi with the same ease you'd buy something off Amazon. Think about what that means for adoption. Think about how many people who've been watching from the sidelines might now decide to get involved. And the market responded fast. As soon as the announcement was out, Pi's price surged more than 14%, reaching a new local high. Sure, there was a small correction afterward, and predictably, some people freaked out. But in healthy markets, that kind of pullback is normal. What matters is the signal, and the signal is clear, real demand is forming. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. This update didn't come out of nowhere. If you've been paying attention, you'll see Pi has been quietly laying the groundwork for months. From improvements in the Pi browser to last month's desktop enhancements and full account management rollouts, everything has been building toward this. They weren't dragging their feet. They were being strategic. Each step was deliberate, building an ecosystem that could actually support mass adoption when the time came. And folks, it looks like that time is now. But one thing that really caught my eye wasn't just the technology, it was the community's reaction. The moment the new buy feature was launched, pioneers began asking, okay, when can we sell too? At first, that might sound like a red flag, people just looking to dump their coins. But actually, it shows something way more promising, the Pi community is evolving. These aren't just hopeful miners waiting for Pi to hit some magical price. These are real users thinking about utility, liquidity, and investment strategy. They want full functionality. And that kind of demand, that's exactly what drives meaningful development. Even respected on-chain analysts are beginning to take notice. Moon Jeff, who rarely comments on Pi, recently said something that gave me chills. He noted that Pi might finally be reclaiming its place in the market, while other altcoins have pumped with far less real-world value behind them. According to him, the long-hoped-for rally to $1 might have just begun. And I get it. It's easy to be skeptical. Pi has been the butt of jokes, written off by mainstream crypto traders, and dismissed as vaporware. But meanwhile, they've been building. Quietly. Strategically. And now, we're starting to see why. What impresses me most about this update isn't just what it does, it's what it represents. The direct buy option removes the single biggest hurdle for adoption, complexity. It bridges the gap between crypto enthusiasts and everyday users. Your grandmother could now buy Pi as easily as she buys groceries online. That's not just progress, that's revolutionary. And that's why I believe Pi is uniquely positioned right now. While other coins ride short-term hype, Pi's focused on creating an infrastructure that can last. In my experience, these are the projects that thrive long-term. The ones that build during quiet periods and explode when conditions finally align. And if the early response is any indicator, those conditions might just be lining up. The community is re-engaged. The tools are finally usable. And there's a growing sense that this isn't just another crypto coin with a dream, this is a movement with momentum. So if you've been holding Pi, wondering if it was all a waste of time, I think it's time to reevaluate. If you've been watching from the sidelines, curious but cautious, maybe this is your signal to take a closer look. Now, before you go, if anything I've said here sparked a new sense of optimism, or even just made you think differently about where Pi Network might be heading, take a moment to hit that like button. It really helps push this message to more people in the Pi community who might still be in the dark about these changes. Leave a comment too, tell me your honest thoughts. Are you planning to use the new buy feature? Do you think Pi is finally turning the corner? And don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be diving deep into Pi's roadmap in my next video. There's more coming, more features, more strategy, and more signs that we're at the beginning of something very real. If you want immediate reactions as news drops, follow me on Telegram and Facebook too. That's where I post raw updates without the filters or the fluff. Because at the end of the day, successful crypto investing isn't about chasing trends. It's about recognizing real value before the rest of the world catches on. And personally, I think Pi's time might finally be here. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay informed, and as always, stay ready.